Let's read Exodus chapter 25. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, that they bring me an offering of every man that giveth it willingly with his heart. Ye shall take my offering. Well, that is kind of like saying, you know, if you offer something, don't be thinking like, oh, I have to give it to you. No. That especially comes with tithes and offerings later on in the Bible as we read. But anyways, let's continue on to verse 3. And this is the offering which ye shall take of them: gold and silver and brass, and blue and purple and scarlet and fine linen and goat's hair, and rams' skins dyed red, and badgers' skins, and shittim wood. Oil for the light, spices for anointing oil, and for sweet incense, onyx stones and stones to be set in the ephod and in the breastplate. And let them make me a sanctuary, that I may dwell among them, according to all that I show thee, after the pattern of the tabernacle, and the pattern of all the instruments thereof. Even so shall ye make it. Incense is a way to make you feel calm. I used it when I was a very angry person at a young age, and it really helped a lot. I would calm down. I would even go to sleep with it with the fan on, and it's pretty good. Well, anyways, let's keep going. We're on to verse 10. And they shall make an ark of shittim wood. 2 cubits and a half shall be the length thereof, and a cubit and a half the breadth thereof, and a cubit and a half the height thereof. And thou shalt overlay it with pure gold. Within and without shalt thou overlay it, and shalt make upon it a crown of gold round about. And thou shalt cast 4 rings of gold for it, and put them in the 4 corners thereof, and 2 rings shall be in the one side of it, and 2 rings in the other side of it. And thou shalt make staves of shittim wood, and overlay them with gold. And thou shalt put the staves into the rings by the sides of the ark, that the ark may be borne with them. The staves shall be in the rings of the ark, they shall not be taken from it. And thou shalt put into the ark the testimony which I shall give thee. And thou shalt make a mercy seat of pure gold. 2 cubits and a half shall be the length thereof, and a cubit and a half the breadth thereof. And thou shalt make 2 cherubims of gold, of beaten work shalt thou make them, and the 2 ends of the mercy seat. And make 1 cherub on the one end, and the other cherub on the other end, even of the mercy seat. Shall ye make the cherubims on the 2 ends thereof. And the cherubims shall stretch forth their wings on high, covering the mercy seat with their wings, and their faces shall look one to another. Toward the mercy seat shall the faces of the cherubims be. And thou shalt put the mercy seat above upon the ark, and in the ark thou shalt put the testimony that I shall give thee. And there I will meet with thee, and I will commune with thee from above the mercy seat, from between the two cherubims which are upon the ark of the testimony, of all things which I will give thee in commandment unto the children of Israel. It's basically a blueprint of how to make the Ark of the Covenant, which I kind of already knew about in previous churches already, but it's good to review and make sure you read it for yourself before you believe in something that a pastor says. But anyways, as you read on into the Bible, you'll know more about the Ark of the Covenant. Okay, let's go to verse 23. Thou shalt also make a table of shittim wood. 2 cubits shall be the length thereof, and a cubit the breadth thereof, and a cubit and a half the height thereof. And thou shalt overlay it with pure gold, and make thereto a crown of gold round about. And thou shalt make unto it a border of an hand breadth round about, and thou shalt make a golden crown to the border thereof round about. And thou shalt make for it 4 rings of gold, and put the rings in the 4 corners that are on the 4 feet thereof. Over against the border shall the rings be for place of the staves to bear the table. And thou shalt make the staves of shittim wood, and overlay them with gold, that the table may be borne with them. And thou shalt make the dishes thereof, and spoons thereof, and covers thereof, and bowls thereof, to cover withal. Of pure gold shalt thou make them. And thou shalt set upon the table showbread before me always. And thou shalt make a candlestick of pure gold, of beaten work shall the candlestick be made. His shaft and his branches, his bowls, his knobs, and his flowers shall be of the same. And 6 branches shall come out of the sides of the 3 branches of the candlestick out of the one side, and 3 branches of the candlestick out of the other side. 3 bowls made like unto almonds, with a knob and a flower in one branch, and 3 bowls made like almonds in the other branch, with a knob and a flower, so in the 6 branches that come out of the candlestick. And in the candlestick shall be 4 bowls made like unto almonds, with their knobs and their flowers, and there shall be a knob under 2 branches of the same, and a knob under 2 branches of the same, and a knob under 2 branches of the same. That's weird. Did I just read that twice? I don't know. According to the 6 branches that proceed out of the candlestick. Their knobs and their branches shall be of the same, and it shall be one beam work of pure gold. And thou shalt make the 7 lamps thereof, and they shall light the lamps thereof, that they may give light over against it. And the tongues thereof and the snuff dishes thereof shall be of pure gold. Of a talent of pure gold shall he make it with all these vessels. And look that thou make them after their pattern which has shown thee in the mount. Let me look over this again. So God was speaking to Moses, and he gave directions of how to make various certain things, like the Ark of the Covenant, and the different places of the church, like the table, the candlestick, and stuff like that. And in the next chapter, it goes into the tabernacle. It goes into Well, I'm not sure if it's going to say how the tabernacle's made, but I haven't read over it yet. But I could read over it tomorrow. But this King James Version Bible, I got because I left my other Bible at home. And it's good to read more than one King James Version of a Bible because it kind of, it helps. It can help you understand something that isn't in the other King James Version. Like different places of this Bible, like you see, like it says the ark. See? I don't know if you can see it. But anyways, it's after the 9th verse. The table after the 22nd verse. The candlestick after the 30th verse. And this King James Version Bible made it a little bit easier for me. Thank goodness I asked for another Bible, which is pretty good. Both are King James, and that's close to the original. That's closer to the original text than, say, other Bibles that leave out certain things or translate it a different way. Some of the stupid ones, like you see in, with what's the other, what's another version of a Bible? What's the other what's another what's another name of a Bible besides King James? But yeah, King James is closer to Hebrew than a lot of the other Bibles, which I genuinely go by. But yeah, thank you so much for chiming in. But yeah, sorry. It's based yeah, the 25th chapter of Exodus is basically just a blueprint that God is giving to Moses to set all these things up and build. Thank you for chiming in, and have a good night.